Welcome back, everybody. The first half of tonight's match is brought to you by First Class Marble and Granite as we count you down to kickoff here between Rhode Island and Louisville City. Sean St. Jacques, Gary Bailey, our entire crew, happy to have you with us. Let's dive into the Bally Bet starting 11s. We begin with Conno Smith and Rhode Island.
There's two changes to the team that beat Charleston. Aldeas Sanchez returns back from suspension. Joe Jack-Wazira not available, international duty. They've made four changes to the side that beat Indy. Sean Tosh comes in for Arturo Ordonez, not available. Amadou Dia comes in for the 16-year-old. Brandon Days is on the bench. Evan Davila for Kevin Lambert, who's on international duty with Jamaica. And Adrian Perez, first start since June 11th, replacing the injured Philip Goodrum.
Milestones, by the way, all over the pitch as far as league and regular season appearances are concerned, and certainly the prior battles between Rhode Island and Louisville have already been quite memorable. This one could very well enter that pantheon here tonight. Louisville are in their road whites with, of course, the purple trim, and Rhode Island, of course, their home navy blues with the yellow gold numerals on the back. Rhode Island really need this one tonight, particularly when you look at that Eastern Conference table we showed you a moment ago, just sitting behind that number 8 spot at the moment. And Louisville have already clinched, of course, a playoff spot after they beat Indy and Lipa FC last week. A win tonight for Danny Cruz's side, and they would clinch at the bare minimum a top 4 finish in the Eastern Conference of the USL Championship. But of course, Danny Cruz and these players have their sights set on the Players' Shield, and they could, at the bare minimum, keep their distance between Charleston with a win tonight. And right off the bat here, Aldeas Sanchez and Aiden McFaten have collided here, and both are being assessed for early head injuries.
Let's have a look at it again. Both of them just going for the ball. In fact, they didn't even win the ball. They hit at each other, which is I'm not laughing at them, just laughing at the ridiculousness of the situation. They didn't get to the ball, but it just shows you the commitment. And that was one of the thoughts I had, you know, with Rhode Island knocking Louisville City out of the playoffs last year and going on to the finals. Brilliant season. A little bit of revenge perhaps in the air, and who knows, these two teams could meet in the playoffs. Louisville City top if Rhode Island came in 8th. So I just think there's a little bit of extra spice in this one, and you've seen the commitment right from the off.
And Rhode Island trying to build off the confidence that they gained with a huge 1-0 win here against Charleston last time out. As we look at our keys to the game, presented by Flood Ford, starting with Rhode Island.
Having a look at that, Conno Smith just saying to us, limit service into the box. And for Louisville City, they want to control J.J. Williams. From Danny Cruz's point of view, he said in transition, set pieces, we've got to stop him getting on the end of the ball. So they've both got certain points of view for, again, for Conno Smith just saying limit service. He just says this Louisville City team are relentless. They just keep coming at you. We can't allow them, you know, to put too many balls in our box and cause us problems. So let's see how both those keys play out in the next 90 minutes or so.
And now McCabe will get his chance. Fizzes it in there. It's McFadden's header. Just about kept in play, I think accidentally by Holstead, but Rhode Island do clear it. Sanchez trying to track down Dia, who goes all the way back to Danny Fondez.
I think that little corner situation just shows that how tough physically this is going to be between these two teams. They're pushing and shoving, and players holding on to each other and getting in front of the goalkeeper. Twice the referee warned them, and he'll be keeping a close eye on that, but you've got to have eyes in the back of your head if you're a referee when all the players start getting at it. So look forward to a few more little skirmishes here tonight.
There is Taylor Davila quickly picking the ball up there. 3 goals and 8 assists for him this season. He's just fit this Louisville system like a glove since coming over a few years ago from the now defunct RGV. McFaten scores! Whoa! What about it? Aiden McFaten finds a way through, and inside of 18 minutes, Louisville lead.
Wow, that is an amazing strike. Now, did he mean it or not? I got a sense he was trying to cross that in with power, but we talked about crosses a few minutes ago. You can't float them in, you got to whip them in. The other advantage of doing that is they can turn into an actual shot on goal. Let's have a look at it here. Only he knows if he meant this.
Tonight they're playing Orange County at the moment, and they're 3-1 up, Danny Dichio's side. They desperately need those points as well.
They do in this tough Eastern Conference. Mind you, Orange County are also fighting for their lives in the West. So, in fact, every game this weekend has massive consequences in terms of reaching the playoffs or not. So, incredible season in the USL.
And we'll get to other games around the league in a moment. This was a good tussle here between Wilson and Yao.
Yeah, there's a big boys at the back. Yao, Mabika, Baccarat. I don't think you're going to get much joy against them from the physical side.
Hold up play there from Williams. Played out wide for Holstead. Williams continued his run, but it's blocked out for a Rhode Island corner by Amadou Dia. And it's a set piece chance here for RIFC. Of course, corners this season are powered by Chick-fil-A Attleboro. Remember, if RIFC scores from a corner at home this season, you can show your match ticket at the Chick-fil-A Attleboro location and get a free chicken sandwich. Fun fact that it hasn't happened yet this season, Gary. Not at home.
Not.
A corner, not yet. Still awaiting those free Chick-fil-A sandwiches.
Come on then, get one in the back of the net.
Could this be the moment? We will see. It is certainly fizzed in there. It's flicked onto the near side of the 18. Ibarra looks to recycle it. Decent ball back in, his headed right at Condensed, who makes the stop.
Mabike just gets on the end of it and directs, so just can't get it wide of the goalkeeper. Has to swing his head at it. Been one or two chances where Danny Condensed probably thought he was going to have to come up with the save, but the shot never coming in, and Alder Sanchez's opportunity, probably the biggest chance in that first half for Rhode Island.
So they continue, Louisville, to be efficient in the final third with their shots on target. And the second half is underway. No substitutions for either side. Rhode Island will be going from left to right at the start of the second half, with Louisville leading by 1-0 in their first ever trip to the new Centreville Bank Stadium here in Pawtucket. Sean St. Jacques, Manchester United legend, Gary Bailey, our entire crew, happy to have you with us. We will see what Rhode Island have in store for a recovery here in the second 45 minutes. A big game for both teams at either ends of the table in the East. Of course, Louisville's also on a stretch of 5 games. They've scored 3 or more goals in 4 of those last 5 games. They've outscored their opponents 15-5 in the last 5 regular season games. It's kind of a microcosm of what their season has been to this point. Just the one loss as well to North Carolina a few months back.
It's hard to see them scoring a ton of goals against Rhode Island. They're just so good defensively, so tight. It's about to say don't give silly balls away, and he plays that one there and nearly gets intercepted, but very hard to break down. But again, we've said this a number of times, that's not where the issue is for Rhode Island. It's can they create a chance like they did for J.J. Williams against Charleston Battery last week, like they did for Alder Sanchez in the first half. You know, beautiful ball in and give your attacking players a chance to try and find the back of the net.
Well, proudly outfitting RIFC, Capelli Sport is the global game changer for premium kits, gear, and innovation on and off the field. Sanchez trying to fit that through. Harivo for Rodriguez. Rhode Island in search of an early second half equalizer here. Rodriguez forced to slightly retreat. He'll switch the point of the attack. It is the 90th minute between Charleston and Indy. It's now 2-1. Indy did get a goal back. So at the moment, the two main contenders for the Players' Shield are potentially on the verge of adding 3 more points to their respective tallies.
They will still remain 4 points apart, though. In fact, everyone stays the same distance apart they were coming into the night.
Yeah.
If these results hold, it's a big if. Rhode Island and Indy neck and neck. Problem is, if you both drop points and those around you start picking them up, then it becomes a problem. And now Tampa Bay have been losing, so that is probably, again, good news for Rhode Island. Miami, let's see what they've been doing, but they're down 1-0 at home, so it's all good news. If this result holds, it'll be a bad result, but good in that nobody else around them currently is winning.
Harivo for Williams, and J.J. Williams kind of scuffed the shot in the end, and Condensed collects it even though it was going wide. Ownby trying to break through down this near side. Flag is up. On by the supporters here in the rain. Vegas up ahead here. Jones with the header. Serrano is fouled by Bacharach, who of course has to be careful on that yellow. And again, Louisville deals with the situation defensively. Two hands on the back of Serrano. Slight extension. Referee really has no choice there but to blow the whistle. One of the things that Danny Cruz talked to us about earlier this week, as far as Louisville's keys to winning the game, he said it's going to be a physical battle. Rhode Island in transition are a difficult team to deal with. And he said on set pieces, they can provide quite a threat. Louisville have checked off seemingly all those boxes and have held Rhode Island in check so far. But at the end here, there could be a chance. Oh, Ndongo! Hands on heads. It fell for him. He did not react quickly enough. And then a foul and a free kick. Lancaster and Louisville can use more of the clock up here. Another chance that Rhode Island cannot capitalize on. And then Stoneman here tangled up with Lancaster, and Louisville get the decision. Final seconds here now in Pawtucket. This was the chance. Ndongo in the middle. You see there, he just couldn't get the ball under his spell. Adams sends it ahead for Louisville. Ownby looking for Lancaster. Can Rhode Island get the ball back here? Rhode Island have it with Vegas. Referee checks the watch. Vegas sends it forward, and it is full time. Lou City hold on and win it by a 1-0 here in Rhode Island.